Hello. In this lesson, we will learn how to write capital Russian letters L, M, N, O, and P. Not very difficult actually to write, guys. Probably the last one, the P, will be a little bit challenging for you. Let's see. So we start with L. And you remember, as usual, I always drew like kind of two horizontal lines. Those will be lines which will allow us to keep all our letters in one row. And two vertical lines on an angle, so it will help us to keep all letters in the same angle. So how to write L? You can watch again my lesson when I teach you how to write capital R, Russian R. So it's practically the same, guys. It's absolutely the same. So you draw kind of stroke, kind of vertical stroke, with a hook, and then you go down and finish like that. So do not put this horizontal stroke, the horizontal dash. You don't need to. So this is practically capital L. When I was child, in my days in school, they taught me to write it differently. It's more fancy way. But I think it's still enough, especially if you are in a hurry and you just need to put some notes. I mean, this L, it's only what you need to write in Russian. So once again, one hook and another one. One hook and another one. You see, I kind of try to keep this angle. It's not like completely vertical. It has specific angle. So please practice with this. Pause my video, practice with this capital L, and go back to my video. You'll see how do we write it when we write Russian name. And for practicing, I picked the Russian name Lena, female name. Pretty easy to write. So let's start with capital L. This is our capital L. Then I nicely connect my A, my loop, like that. Vertical stroke for N, connector hook. And I finish with R. So first oval, then right side hook. Lena. So stop my video, pause my video, and just practice. Just write it a couple of times and always repeat loudly, Lena, Lena. Okay, after practicing, go back to my video because we have a couple of letters to cover. So next is M. I mean, you know how to write this letter, right? We have it in English as well. So what I'm doing, I just write big, like really big, tall M, like that. You see, so it's very easy, and you can practice to write it. We still keep this angle, and yeah, so this is M. So not difficult at all. I don't think, guys, you just need to practice with that, but let's take a look how do we connect it in a word. And I picked the name Misha. Misha is short form of Mikhail, so Michael. And so how do we write it? We start with capital M, then I have to connect my E, Russian E, you remember, two hooks. One, second one. And now I connect Sh, a Russian Sh, you remember, three hooks. One, two, three. So you see many hooks. And then I finish with R, first oval for R, and then again hook. You see, I try to keep all my hooks, all my letters between these two horizontal lines. And as you see, the angle of all these elements is the same. Please try to do it in this way. Pause my video and just practice with this name, Misha. So write it many times and read aloud, Misha, Misha. Okay? So when you finish, go back to my video, continue watching. We still have a couple of letters to cover. Next letter is letter N. I know it's a little bit tough, but actually what I do, I just enlarge my regular N. So I do it in this way. This is really not fancy way. I know that your Russian teacher will not be very satisfied with that. So how would I write this? In simplified way. Look, vertical stroke, connector. I try to change a little bit connector like in fancy way, and then I connect it to the hook, right-sided hook. That's it. So once again, stroke, connector, hook, stroke, connector, hook. I know it's not like the very pretty form of N, but believe me, for practical reason, when you just need to write very briefly some names or begin your sentence with capital N, I think it's enough. Yeah, if you want praxis, yeah, praxis with this, pause my video, write couple of times this N, always repeat loudly this is N, Russian N, and next go back to my video back. I would like to show you how do we write a Russian name, starting with this capital N. And I picked the name Nina, so female name. We start, because in this name, you know, you can see we use capital N and lowercase n. So we start with capital N, then I connect my R, first oval. Oh, E, sorry, E. I connect my E to hooks, then I have to write my lowercase n. So again, you remember how to do it. Stroke, connector, hook, and then I finish with R, oval, and hook. So Nina, Nina. Okay, pause my video and practice with this. Practice with this Nina name, and when you finish, when you think you can write it very good, very beautifully, and you remember, guys, I always recommend you increase your speed. Try to write it faster, you know, quicker. When you finish, go back to my video. So next, capital O. This is like really very, very easy, guys. You know how to write it. We have O in English alphabet as well. I mean, you just write oval, like big oval, tall oval, like that. Obviously, you would have to use sometimes connector to write next following letters or kind of connector if you want, but just oval. My God, this is not difficult at all. Something like that. I always start from the top, and as you see, my oval is not like strictly vertical. I still keep this angle. This is very important for handwriting. Okay, so this is O, and now let's see how do we use it in a name, Oля. I picked a short form of Olga, Oля, and we start with begin with capital O. You can connect L practically just to O, but I prefer to use a connector. You know, it looks a little bit better, I think. I use L, I write L, and then I finish with Ya. You remember, guys, Ya is very difficult to write, and you would have to practice really hard to be able to write it quickly and smoothly. I do it like that. Hook, oval, and I finish with another hook. Ola. So now I would like you practice a little bit more. Pause my video and really write like 10, 15 times the same word, the same name, Ola. Very important is this connection, very important is this Ya at the end. Ya is very difficult letter. Write Ola. Ola. Increase your speed. You know, do not detach tip of your pen from paper. You know, try to write it um, in one move, you know, and keep angle. Ola. When you finish, go back because we have still one more letter to cover. The letter P. It looks scary, but it's really easy to write because, guys, I taught you, I showed you how to write, for example, letter G, Russian G. So you may go back to my lesson when I teach you how to write capital G. And practically what we are going to do, we are going to write the same G, but we will change it a little bit. So first let us write G. You remember how we do it? We start from the top, and first we draw a strike, and then we finish the strike with kind of hook. You see it's an angle. Then we drive this, I call it roof. We drive another horizontal hook, like that. Okay? So now you can recognize it's beginning for G, it's beginning for B as well. So we have to finish, we have to continue to draw this horizontal hook, horizontal line, and we continue, but we draw it a little bit longer. Next, what we are going to do, somewhere in the middle of this horizontal line, we draw another stroke down, like that, and we finish it with hook. So this is our letter P, Russian P. So once again, like that, longer and down. So once again, hook, draw, down. So please pause my video and practice with this. Try to keep this angle, and yeah, just write like 10, 15 different P. Say always loudly P. This is P letter. Yeah. And when you finish, when you think you're okay, then go back to my video because we still have one more name to write down. And the name will be Petya. I want you to practice with this ya at the end. I know you like this letter. So Petya is short form diminutive from Piotr. Peter. No? So we start with capital P. So you know how to do it, how to write it. This is our capital P. We finish it. Now I connect my loop, my E, like that. Okay. Now I have to write Russian T. You remember Russian T? This is a little bit confusing because it's English M, but forget about M. This is T. T. And then you finish with Ya. Petya. Petya. Here again, guys, I really ask you to practice a little bit because of all these tough Russian letters. Only Ye letter all other letters are new for you. So that's why please write it 10, 15, 20 times and say always loudly Petya, Petya. Keep in mind the third letter is T, Petya. Okay? Soft T, Tya, Petya. So when you finish and you think you can write it very good, go to my next lesson. Okay? Goodbye.